And good morning. What a beautiful day it's going to be. Jamie?
It's going to be absolutely glorious, a whole lot different than it was about 2 weeks ago. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM here in Limestone County. Let's get it cranking. As Gloria tells you, it is a gorgeous day outside, absolutely glorious. And it's even brighter in here with two of our special guests this morning. The legendary Helen Duncan and Sheriff Mike Blakely, a man who's, the rodeo is on, right, Sheriff?
It's time to get ready.
Time to get ready. We'll talk about that. And Helen, what bull will you be riding this year?
I'm gonna ride the biggest bull out there.
She's in here.
He's got a special one coming in here.
Well, we got plenty of guests in here too. Wayne is in here with up at the Ardmore Police Department. Going to be talking about something they got going on also. And Bill Dawes, I didn't wear a hat this morning, but I just want to. Yeah, we'll talk with Bill just a moment. They're having that Owens community thing. Will be on Wednesday. That's what Helen and Commissioner Dawes will talk about in just a moment. Frank is on the phone, 230-4988 this morning. If you need to give him a call, we've got video galore. We'll try to get that on as we progress this week. We got lots of stuff to talk about. And Mayor Mark spoke yesterday with the state of the city. Jimmy Gill should be with us later on this morning. We've got video of that. Congratulations to some other folks. Athens baseball team. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. Rodeo gets underway next week. 29th annual Rodeo Week here in Limestone County. The biggest event anywhere in the South, according to Mike Blakely and me. That's the way it goes. Right now, let's check in on the weather, though, because, yes, it's going to be a hot one today, ain't it?
You like that, ain't it, don't you? All right, yes, 65 out there already. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Yesterday was absolutely beautiful. Going to be just lovely. High temperatures today, don't we just love 80s? I certainly do. High temperatures, here it comes, 90. Better forget about those 80s. We're going to hit 90 today. 65 for your low, which we're at right now. Tomorrow, high temperatures of 89 with a low of 64, and the rest of the forecast looking pretty good. Have to say, Mother's Day weekend was gorgeous. This weekend, we could see some rain, but that's okay. It's all going to come in, get out, and make everything just bloom out there. All the flowers look great. 230-4988 gets us this morning.
Helen, how are you this morning?
Honey, I'm doing wonderful, wonderful.
Mike, it's okay for you to be in here up beside her, isn't it?
Hey, listen, this is my buddy right here.
That is my
She
buddy,
is my buddy.
honey.
It's been a long time, my buddy.
Well, not only did I see her today, a prayer Thursday, and I apologize we haven't got that video up yet. It is on YouTube, but I saw Helen shaking her stuff down at the Blues Brothers were playing.
I shook it big time.
We got video of that. We were at a wedding at Athens State, and then went over there Saturday night. Had a good crowd, big crowd.
A big.
Sure did, honey.
You
But I
did good.
couldn't be still. That was my problem.
Getting it on. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. Sheriff, I just want to tell you, y'all did a great job on everything y'all have done lately. I mean, that's just been phenomenal. What your deputies and everybody's been
I'm very proud of the Sheriff's Office. Of course, the whole community, I mean, but I'm really proud of my deputies because I think they did an outstanding job. They put themselves out there in harm's way and saved a lot of people.
They did.
There's a picture in the Decatur Daily from April 3rd in Tanner, 1974. You were a trooper.
I was a state trooper in Madison County, and you know, I remember very well.
Look at this photo. People in the ditch like they're about to see it come over them.
Well, that was the only place they had to go. They didn't have a storm house there at Lawson's at that time.
How scary that
Look
would be.
at that. Everybody just laying in a ditch looking to see it coming forward. That was my...
So does that work if you get in a ditch?
Well, you want to get it as low as you can. Hopefully it'll go over you. But, you know, Bob Donovan Jr. was down there in the ditch. Buddy Evans. There's a whole bunch of. Buddy was sheriff at the time, and that probably kept a lot of people from getting hurt by
Bill
getting in that
Donovan
ditch.
was on the air, and Judge Mike Davis was working for the radio station too for Pappy. I was working at Educational TV. It was my third day on the job. So on that fourth day, we shot film all day of the devastation in '74. So.
You know, the thing about it, I was young and dumb, just 22 years old back then, and I never will forget when they called us out a little bit early because they were anticipating, you know, the bad storms. And when the tornado was coming across the river from Lawrence County, I headed out Highway 20. That was before 565. I wanted to see a tornado. And Harold Newell, who was a corporal with the troopers over in Limestone County, called and said it just hit Lawson's trailer park, so I knew it was going to be going further north, so I headed up 72. It got right in the middle of that thing. That was the last tornado I ever wanted to see.
You know, I don't remember any tornadoes before that, though, and I grew up in New Hope, and I don't think New Hope's ever had a tornado.
Oh, it wiped out Stennett Holler back when I was a kid over across the river. See, the tornadoes used to come more to the west side of the county, it seems like, back when I was a kid. Oh.
And again, thanks for, getting your helicopter up that Thursday morning. We've had lots and lots of, we've had over 10,000, almost 15,000 probably hits.
We appreciate y'all shooting that footage because the EMA wanted us to get a copy so they could give it to FEMA, and I think it may, they thought that might help in ensuring that we get the decoration. So that was very appreciative of that.
I want to say congratulations this morning to a good buddy of mine in Gloria, WHNT President Stan Pilot, who is from Athens, Channel 19 over the weekend, along with DRM. Partnered up and raised almost $557,000.
Stan is a West Limestone High School graduate, along with B and Bill Dawes.
Oh, is he? Oh, Stan, boy, you don't get no better than him. Let's talk about some good things happening here. Athens, congratulations to the Athens. They're going to the 5A state semifinals. Jordan Crow had a great game, hit 2 home runs in that first game Saturday. They did a sweep of Boaz, 8-2 and 10-2. Brad Golson will have a special report on them coming up Thursday. He was on the field with them yesterday, so we'll have that coming up this Thursday.
Correct.
Helen, anything else you'd like to remind me of before I forget something?
I'm sure she has
I know
something.
you're going to be talking about something in just a moment, but all right. I got an email here a couple months ago I want to talk about me for a moment.
Imagine that.
Steve Matthews, 20-year-old, says, "Hi there, Jamie Cooper." That'd be me. This is Mark Meadows from Tony, Alabama. I love watching your show, Cooper and Company. Watch it almost every morning. Sometimes I even go. I watch it at night, too. Now, another segment is the Country Rover Classics. I love this show. I know I'm a young man, age 20, about to be 21, so he's 21 now in April. Some of those episodes bring back memories when I was a little boy growing up.
Aww.
Some of those 80s segments are very interesting. Why don't you do more things about interviewing local people, reporting things that go on around here? I wish you could continue doing that. I wish you could get a DVD out of the Country Rover and you could do something on them and break them down to years. And just want you to know that famous line, "Get out of here."
Quit
From
reading
a guy
about
with an
yourself.
IQ of smoke. Thank you, Mark Meadows, for getting that into me.
No one saw me just kick him just then and tell him quit talking about
Don't
himself.
forget now,
I
the
did.
Country Rover Museum has been put on hold, and we're opening a museum here in the studio, right there down that hallway through the bathroom. Frank
In the
Richards'
bathroom.
radio. Well, it's
Is
getting
Frank
better
going to be a
and
part of the museum?
Huh?
Frank going to be a part of the museum?
Well, he might. But the Country Road Museum, due to the storms and everything, we had to put it on hold. It's being insured by Tom McAllister. But Ronnie Marks has agreed to cut the ribbon. I'll have you up here. We're going to have a big opening. Lindsay Lane's going to let us use their church parking lot in case there's an overflow. It's only open 1 hour a day, 6 to 7 a.m.
Don't want to overwork.
Yeah. All right, Helen, here's a good topic. Have you heard about this? Have you heard Helen, have you heard about this slut slamming, slut shaming?
I don't think so.
Well, you're about to. The social movement is really getting around. Here it is right here. An international series of protests known as slut walks are sparked by Toronto police officers' comment that women should avoid, show that picture of that girl, dressed like sluts to avoid being raped or victimized. Now it's taking root in the United States. It's taking the blame off the rapist and on the victim, according to these people that are protesting. 3,000 people marched last week up in Toronto. The event is a protest of a culture that we think is too permissive. And then they just had one, I don't know where that article is, but yeah, slut walks. There it is right there.
They had one in Philadelphia.
Chanting, "We love sluts," and holding signs such as "Jesus loves sluts." Approximately 2,000 protesters marched Saturday in Boston. We want to do something to show our support for sluts. So, Helen?
Yes.
Huh? I don't mean to put you on the spot or nothing, but I mean, it's talking about women walking around with,
What does
Dressing
slut stand for? She looks ugly today.
She
I
looks
said, what does slut stand for? She looks ugly today.
That's not what I heard.
That's it, huh?
What did you
Not
hear?
what I heard.
What you,
Careful now.
careful now, Helen, we're on live TV
I
here.
know.
Careful. All right. I'm going to do a Dear Abby, and then you fill me in on this. See what you think about this. If Billy did this, what would you do?
Uh-oh.
Then we'll go to Z and N. On a Tuesday morning here, it says, "My husband, Billy, confessed to me that while he was out with friends on a work-related trip, he drank a little too much, danced, and kissed another woman. He didn't tell me right away. He planned to tell me sometime in the future, but his conscience got the best of him, Helen. He told me 5 days after he got home. I'm at a loss of what to do. I don't know how to tell Billy. He's violated my trust. I can't forget, and I know I can't forgive. We had our ups and downs, but hey, this is really stressful. When he returned, he was the perfect husband, loving, attentive, devoted, exactly what I'd been missing all these years. I'm not sure what to do now. What do I do? Do I throw him out because he kissed another woman when he had too much to drink? Helen, what would you tell your husband if that happened to you?
Honey, right now I tell him to go after it. At this stage of the game, honey, go to it.
So you wouldn't have any hard feelings toward him?
No, because I do the same thing. I mean, every chance I get, ask all these fellers.
Want to dance?
So maybe you need to do your own show, Helen.
Might do it someday. I might be a star. You can never tell.
You are a
never
star.
tell.
Well, thanks for that great response.
Wow.
Well, do you not think, what would you do if Gloria done it?
Huh?
Well,
Honey, I went out and I had a little bit too much
Yes.
alcohol and
Yeah.
I kissed somebody.
Yeah. First of all, you ain't gonna get out nowhere beyond my sight. But
I don't blame you for that, but I mean, when you get
Sheriff and I have no comment on
dirty,
something like this.
I noticed he was being mighty quiet over here.
Notice
Well,
that being very
Let's
quiet.
add up the marriages between us and figure out how many we got.
Oh
up here.
Lord,
Let's not
forget
go
about
there.
that. I said I wore one out, and then I wore the other out, and I wore the other out. This one here's on one leg, so what in the world do you do about
Wear them
that?
out, darling. Wear them out.
Well, I got a minister in here this morning, keep everybody straight. Gotta take a break. Come back with Z and Ian in just a moment. Y'all hang on.
Oh, my.
Local and loving it.